Welcome to Mompreneur Truth Talks. I'm Lisa Avila, business strategist and mom of 3 busy teenagers. Are you building something incredible but wondering why success feels so complicated? Maybe you dream of making a big impact, but you keep asking yourself, is it possible to grow without sacrificing the moments that matter most as a mom? Here's my take. Life isn't about balance, but instead harmony. I've been there in the weeds, juggling soccer practices, struggling with Common Core math. Seriously, why is it so confusing? And running a business. Along the way, I realized that with the right strategic design, you can create harmony between your work and life without compromising what matters most to you. In this podcast, I'll share practical strategies and real-life solutions to help you find that harmony. Now let's dive into today's episode.
You know those quiet moments when the house is finally still and that business idea that you've been holding back wants to be heard? And maybe you've tucked it away into your someday folder, along with all those business webinars that you'll watch later. Yes, I've been there also. Or perhaps you talk about it to yourself in the middle of the night when you can't sleep and it's just going round and round in your brain. I want to talk with you today about how you see your potential as a mom building a business. There was a time years ago, I was sitting at my dining room table late one night. I was surrounded by spreadsheets and marketing plans, and I noticed that my son's school project was sitting untouched on the other end. He needed help, but he had gone to bed disappointed after I'd promised just 15 more minutes, and I'll help you 3 different times. And in that moment, along with all the mom guilt, I realized that I was using all of my strategic thinking and creative energy to solve other people's business problems, while my own dreams were in that someday folder on my desktop. I was helping others build their empires, while my vision, a business that would provide both meaning and flexibility for my family, collected dust. And that night, I opened that folder on my desktop and I looked at what I'd been putting off. Inside the folder, I had screenshots and business ideas, notes from courses I'd taken, half-written business plan that would eventually become Poppy Growth. So I asked myself, Lisa, if not now, when? My children were watching me pour my heart into work that didn't exactly fill my cup, didn't honor my boundaries, and didn't create the freedom we craved as a family. And I know this same scenario plays out for so many brilliant and ambitious moms every day. You're already a CEO, whether you realize it or not. You're running your household. You're managing complex family schedules. You're solving problems every day, creating solutions on the fly. You are building something incredible every day while keeping everyone thriving. These aren't just mom skills. These are mompreneur superpowers. And the business world desperately needs exactly what we as moms bring to the table: resilience, creativity, leadership, and most importantly, heart. I see so many women putting their dreams on the back burner because they think they can't possibly start a business while raising children. Maybe you're making your vision small enough to fit in the margins of your life. You're waiting for that mythical perfect time that never seems to arrive. Maybe you're giving away your expertise for free because deep down, you're not exactly sure of its value. Or maybe you're doubting whether you can actually build something while being present for your family. And I know these feelings because I've been there. When I was running my family's wine business while raising the boys, I used to think that motherhood was my biggest business challenge. I mean, how could I possibly compete with other wine brands when I was juggling school pickups, preschool, practices, and getting them in bed on time after reading a bunch of stories? But you know, these things that I saw as my limitations, they became my competitive edge. And let me tell you why. Limited time means that you need to get laser focused on high impact activities. You can't afford to waste time on busy work or strategies that don't move the needle. School pickups, networking opportunities with other parents. And for me, these other moms, they loved wine. They became some of my best customers and my friends to this day. Your family values, they shape your business story and your brand in a way that attracts loyal customers who also share these values. And the intuition that you develop as a mom, that ability to sense what's really going on beneath the surface, especially with your tweens and teens, it can guide every business decision that you make. It helps you understand what your customers truly want in a way that your competitors can't match. I remember one time being at this industry conference, and all around me, other brand owners were talking about their marketing campaign, growth strategies. And I was thinking about how I needed to leave early to make it to my son's baseball game. I felt so out of place, like I wasn't a real business owner because I wasn't willing to sacrifice my family for success. But you know what? My brand connected with people precisely because I wasn't a corporate entity. I'm a real person with real values. My authenticity is my superpower. And I know that yours is also. Now, I want to talk about that business advice that's out there. Wake up at 5 a.m. as if your child won't somehow sense you're awake and decide it's time to get up and play. Work 80-hour weeks. And so when are you supposed to do laundry? Get to those games and figure out dinner prep? Or how about hustle harder? Because you're clearly not doing enough as a mom already, right? This advice doesn't just fail moms, it fails businesses. Because sustainable success is not built on burnout and sacrifice. It's built on strategic design, creating a business that works with your life, not against it. I've also been in business seminars surrounded by entrepreneurs, taking notes furiously. Proven system for success. 2 hours of uninterrupted morning time for planning and rigid scheduling in your blocks and working weekends to get ahead. And I was looking around the room wondering if I was the only one thinking, who lives like this? What about school drop-offs? What about sick kids? What about actually sitting down with your family for dinner? And that's when it really hit me. The business world, it's not built for moms. But that doesn't mean that moms can't build incredible businesses. It just means we need a different approach, one that honors our priorities and leverages our unique strengths. And really, we don't need to follow someone else's blueprint for success. We can create our own. And that's what I help ambitious moms do every day. In my work, I see so many moms trying to squeeze themselves into these business models that were never designed for reality. They're trying to follow someone else's schedule, someone else's marketing approach, someone else's definition of success, especially an influencer on Instagram. And it doesn't work. And this is what I tell my clients. What works is when we flip the script. Instead of trying to fit life around your business, we design your business to fit your life. We want your business to support your priorities instead of competing with them. And that's what strategic design is all about. Creating a business that works with your natural rhythms, your family's needs, and your unique strengths. It's about building something that enhances your life instead of complicating it. Because anytime something is complicated, we want to run away quickly, don't we? But what does this look like in practice? And how do we actually create a business that honors both ambitions and your family? It starts with getting crystal clear on what you really want. Not just for your business, but for your life. What kind of presence do you want to have with your family? What impact do you want to make through your work? What lifestyle would support your well-being? These aren't just fluffy questions. They're the foundation of everything we build together. And once we have that clarity, we identify your unique expertise and how it can solve real problems for your ideal clients. And this is where a lot of moms get stuck. They don't recognize just how valuable their knowledge and experience really is. But you've developed so many skills and insights through your experience as a mom. You've learned how to manage competing priorities, how to communicate effectively, and how to find those creative solutions to unexpected challenges. These are business assets. And when you combine these inherent strengths with your professional expertise and your personal passions, that is where the magic happens. That's where you find your unique value proposition, the thing that only you can offer in the way that you offer it. After clarifying your expertise, we design systems and structures that support your vision while working with your reality. This includes everything from your schedule and your calendar and boundaries to your marketing strategy and the client experience. The key here is to work with your natural rhythms instead of against them. When are you naturally most creative? When do you have the most energy for client work? When does your family need you most? These questions help us design a business that flows with your life instead of disrupting it. And finally, we create a step-by-step implementation plan that feels doable, not overwhelming. Because you don't need to do everything at once. You just need to take consistent steps in the right direction. And when you approach building business this way, with intention, alignment, and respect for your whole life, something amazing happens. Your business becomes a source of energy rather than depletion. It enhances your family life instead of competing with it. And it grows in a way that feels natural and sustainable. And most importantly, it shows your children what's possible when you honor your dreams and your priorities. And I want to talk about something that's been on my mind a lot lately, because our experience as moms isn't something that we need to work around or hide. It is invaluable. Our perspective matters. It gives us a unique lens that others don't have. And when we embrace this perspective instead of hiding it, we distinguish ourselves in the market in a way that naturally attracts the right clients. Now, back when I had bosses and worked for other people, I used to worry about mentioning my kids in professional settings. I thought it would make me seem less serious or committed. But I started noticing that when I would mention my boys, it created an immediate connection with other parents. Your authentic connection can become one of your strongest selling points. I've seen this play out in so many different industries, from coaching to e-commerce, from professional services to creatives. When moms embrace their unique perspective instead of trying to hide it, they create businesses that stand out in crowded markets. They attract clients who value authenticity and real-world understanding. They build brands with depth that resonate. And most importantly, they create businesses that feel aligned with who they really are, not who they think they should be. When I work with clients, we don't just create any business. We create a business that honors your priorities and supports the life you want to live. And this means designing your business around your family schedule, not the other way around. Family first. Creating boundaries that protect your energy and presence, and developing those systems that allow you to be fully engaged in your work when you're working and fully present with your family when you're not. When I was building Poppy Growth, I made a decision early on. I would never miss my son's important events for my business, if at all possible. But this meant I needed to create structures that gave me flexibility while still delivering excellent service to my client. So I designed school year intensive periods where I focused heavily on client work while my kids were in school. And I balanced that with summer schedules that allowed me to be more present during their breaks. I created systems that allowed me to serve clients effectively without always being constantly available. And I built marketing approaches that generate consistent leads without requiring me to be on 24/7. None of this happened by accident. It happened through intentional design. When I help clients design their business this way, something wonderful happens. Instead of feeling constantly torn between your work and your family, you feel aligned. Your business supports your family life, and your family supports your business journey. And you model for your children what it looks like to pursue your dreams. This approach changes everything. It changes how you feel about your work, how you feel about yourself. It changes how your family experiences your business. And it changes the results you're able to create. Because when you're working in alignment with your values and your natural strengths, you're so much more effective and impactful. And I know you might be thinking, but I don't have time. My kids need me. What if I fail? These concerns are normal, and they show how deeply you care about your family. But let me offer you a different perspective. When you say, I don't have time, what if the real issue is that you haven't yet designed a business that works with the time you do have? What if, instead of trying to find more hours in the day, we created strategies that maximize the hours you can realistically dedicate to your business? And when you worry, well, my kids need me, what if building your business actually showed them something they need even more, which is a model of what it looks like to go after your passions and still be present for the people you love? What if your business journey became one of their most valuable life lessons? And that fear of Well, what if I fail? What if the greater risk is never trying at all? What if years from now you look back and wonder what might have been possible if you'd taken that first step? Your ambitions aren't optional extras as a mom. They're essential parts of who you are. And pursuing them doesn't make you a bad mom. It makes you an incredible example and role model. So remember that moment I shared at the beginning when I found my son's school project untouched while I worked on other people's business problems? That moment led me to build something that worked for my family. And you can do the same. Your kids don't need you to wait until they're grown to pursue your dreams. They need to see you successful now. They need to watch you build something meaningful now. And they need to learn what it looks like when mom believes in herself enough to create something significant now. If what you're hearing resonates with you and you're ready to take your mom skills, your expertise, and turn it into a profitable business, I'd love to support you on that journey. You can visit my website. I'll put the link in the show notes to learn more about how we can work together to create that business that honors both your ambitions and your family life. Next week, I'm excited to share my thoughts about finding your perfect business niche. Because once you decide to stop waiting and to start building your business, you need the clarity on exactly what you're creating. So remember, your kids are watching you, and showing them how to build something meaningful is the greatest legacy that you can leave them. Thanks for hanging out with me today. And please know you can absolutely have both your dreams and your family life. I'll catch you next time on Mompreneur Truth Talks. Thank you for spending time with me today in Mompreneur Truth Talks. Before you go, please do me a quick favor. If this episode spoke to you, please like, follow, or leave a review. Your feedback helps other ambitious moms find these conversations about designing a business and life that work together. All right, moms, I'll see you next time. And remember, success isn't about sacrifice or balance. It's about creating harmony and taking action steps that feel right for you.